Yeah, I mean, the Packers, like, that's the thing is, like, one of these games, as awesome as it was, I'm not going to also walk away and be like, man, the Bears, like, that's because we're better. And that, like, if Romeo Dobbs not a we're just having a totally different conversation right now. And I can accept that fact that you got a somewhat lucky break in this whole thing. But it's just they're also, like, Ben Johnson's got this team, like, when they do have a lucky break, they're able to pounce on it and capitalize on it and make the plays afterwards.
All right, guys, big episode of The Stretch today. Before we get going, I want to talk about Miller Lite. Turn your holiday time into Miller time by enjoying a Miller Lite in a place where you're free to enjoy yourself. On a walk with a cousin, in the garage with an old high school flame, a dinner party, turn late night hang, the taste you can depend on, a great beer, trusted by beer lovers for 50 years. Miller Lite is brewed for taste. Simply put, it just hits different. Was fired up to have it accompany us at that awesome Bears game.
You were enjoying your Miller Lite.
I was. They had it's rare you go to a bar and they got the 24 ounces.
Yeah.
You don't see the big boy cans ever. Yeah, it was awesome.
You know those are special when the waitress comes to the table and she just crumples them up and puts them on the thing to get rid of the next because they're just so huge. They take up so much room. So it was a special night.
Yeah, shout out to the 24 ounces for sure. So listen, the best holiday beers are the ones you don't expect. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/stretch to find delivery options near you, or you could pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere that they sell beer. 'Tis Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. Aura Frame. For anyone still hunting for the right gift, Aura Frames make it look like you planned it all along. You got a picture? Do you got like a funny picture from history that you'd like to see on the rotation?
I kind of just want to have DJ Moore catching that ball last night, just on repeat in overtime. Yeah.
For real. You could share photos and videos effortlessly straight from your phone all year long. You could personalize the gift. You could add a message before it arrives. Preload the photos before it ships, and you can keep adding it anywhere, anytime. You can't wrap togetherness, but you can frame it. For a limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames. Named #1 by Wirecutter by using promo code STRETCH at checkout. That's auraframes.com. Promo code STRETCH. The deal is exclusive to listeners, and frames sell out fast. So order yours now to get it in time for the holidays. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions do apply. All right, everybody, welcome to The Stretch. I don't know what to fucking say, guys. That was the craziest game that I can remember. Legitimately the craziest game that I can remember.
Yeah.
What is
a game that you'll remember the rest of your life?
Yeah. Shocks.
What comes close to that?
Nothing.
No, it was. We basically just did a replay of the Seahawks beating the Packers in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
It was the same, like, down to the overtime, moon ball, touchdown.
Yeah. It's
nuts.
We were dead men walking.
Onside kick.
Onside kick. Yeah, like just
a fumbled snap when like we absolutely had to have a stop there. Fumbled snap. So
it was crazy. It was the team is just different. Like they just don't die. They
never die.
They never die. They're always in it. It's nuts because that was like they just I don't even know where we want to start. I mean, it was crazy. I am in shock still
for a game that was maybe the most boring first half of all time.
Yeah,
we had the ball three times. One was a 2-minute drill, and one we ran the worst play of all time. But whatever.
Yeah. Although I'll say like I never like those games, especially against the Packers late season with that much stakes involved. Like it was just it was like a torture game. I don't even enjoy watching that game where it's like. Every moment feels so massive. Every time you give up a third down, it feels so massive. Every time you hit the punt, it feels so massive. But yeah, it wasn't like a super exciting game to start, and then something just happens in the last 5 minutes with this team. That's what the sixth time
for 55 minutes.
Sixth time
this year. Yeah, franchise record. Yeah, the most we've ever had.
Yeah,
it's tied the league record with Peyton Manning in his second year.
Caleb did for comebacks under 2 minutes, I believe.
Something like that.
Or fourth quarter comebacks.
Dude, that guy has ice in his veins. I mean,
he's the most clutch quarterback in the NFL right now.
Dude, it's insane. You have the ball with 2 minutes left, and if you're within a touchdown, you know that you have a shot with this guy.
Yeah.
And I can't say enough about it.
They weren't even within a touchdown.
They weren't
scramble up to kick like a long field goal. Cairo Santos might be the MVP. Of that game. Yeah,
that operation though. That's when I thought we were dead. When we kicked it, when we blew the 2-minute warning, and we're like, all right. But in a weird way, this team it keeps getting. Like I'm never gonna apologize for lucky breaks, but like, what happens if they get the kickoff faster? Do they kick the ball away, knowing they have 2 timeouts?
I think so.
I don't know. So it's like just. the lucky things keep happening.
The
to
butterfly
this team.
effect.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that was in real time. That was excruciating.
Oh,
wow.
excruciating.
We got to move.
But I didn't even think about that until right now. Like if they had run everyone out and they get a kickoff with 2:15 left, do they kick away there?
Probably.
Yeah.
Because then they
Probably
just need
do.
one stop for a punt.
Yeah,
Right.
the clock stops 3 times.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy
Yeah.
to think about.
And they hadn't really stopped them all day.
Yeah.
You know, so that might have just been
Although the defense, I got to give the defense credit. They just always make big plays.
Red
They
zone
did-
defense.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
awesome in the red zone. Down to down's not the best unit. Nashawn Wright, every single game just makes Nashawn Wright and Blackwell, like the two unheralded guy. Obviously, Nashawn Wright
Yeah.
plays a lot more snaps, but Blackwell has now basically 2 games he's won. The Raiders game
Yeah.
and then last
Yeah.
night.
like I don't even know what you can't equate one like play of the game. Like there were so many.
So
right?
many.
The TJ Edwards tackle on 3rd down.
Oh,
was
yeah.
massive.
Huge.
But Nashawn, like him getting that fumble, like because that was
For sure.
Yeah.
obviously they
They're
go and
going in.
score after that, but that felt like it was the game was on the ropes there.
Yeah.
Um,
And maybe it was.
yeah,
You know, like if they don't get that turnover there, maybe that ends up just being like a 21-7 game or
they
something
just
like
always make big plays. They just find ways to make big plays.
Yeah.
It's nuts. It's just I don't even like I said I was speechless last night. I was in shock. I went to bed just watching all the highlights and just
I couldn't
being
fall
in
asleep.
shock. Woke up this morning still in shock. Like had my kids come down and watch the 4th quarter and the overtime. Still like while I'm watching it with my kids, I was like, "How did we win this game? Like, how did this make sense?" But that's just Caleb Williams. That's Ben Johnson. That's his
that.
team.
That is Ben Johnson.
This team is different.
And it's just, you know, for all the trouble and some criticism that DJ Moore has gotten this year too, when they
Last
needed
2
him
games
the
were
last 2
massive.
games.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like you kind of feel good for him too. Did you see his post-game
Yeah.
presser?
Yeah.
It was like, what?
Throw me the ball or something.
Yeah.
No, it was like, what was it like with the ball in the air? It goes, it was scary.
Yeah. And it was on Nixon, who
Yeah,
got the pick
right.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And
It-
the
it's-
cheap shot on him.
And
Yeah,
he had
the
the
cheap
cheap
shot,
shot on earlier in the game.
It's just so insane to think about the swings of that game. And if we're sitting here right now and Dobbs just attacks the onside kick and doesn't like
Yeah.
shy away from it, the Bears
was
are
afraid to fuck that
legitimately
up.
in trouble to miss the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like legitimately on dire straits, we could be not in the playoffs. We're still not.
I know it's
I
fucked
know.
up. It's
We
really
need Aaron
fucked up.
Rodgers.
It's absolutely insane that an 11-win team is not clinched after week 16.
And especially after a game like that. We're coming off
Yeah.
of like some bona fide wins the last couple weeks too.
And it's just like the whole set. It's crazy that this could still come down to week 18, because like if the Lions win this week and they beat the Vikings, then they're gonna. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
The whole thing's stupid. I saw a scenario where if the Ravens win tonight, they will most likely sit everyone week 17 against the Packers, because it will all come down to week 18.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Packers game will be irrelevant. So they like it's just the whole thing is
There's
nuts.
a lot going on.
Yeah.
Just keep winning though.
Yeah, if
guys-
you win, you're
Just
in.
win out and go grab the 1
Win,
seed.
you're in.
Yeah.
Do you guys
Yeah.
think that game that this will be the official game where the rivalry is renewed? in
Oh,
a way?
totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
Like, cause they definitely had to be fucking mad, especially the fans too,
Yeah.
the way we were celebrating. Like,
Yeah.
and listen, people are gonna say the bullshit like, "Oh, this is your Super Bowl." Shut up, like, shut the fuck
No,
up.
they
Anyone-
gotta be scared.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Caleb Williams is making plays that they've never seen.
They
Yeah.
know that this isn't
Yeah.
Matt Nagy or Eberflus or any of those bums that had been in charge the last decade plus.
And I still feel like Caleb is learning how to play quarterback. So it's like when things broke down, felt like when he knew when he needed his legs last night. That like he wasn't running for most of the game. In the 4th quarter, he was like,
started
you know
right.
what? I gotta.
Even the touchdown throw, that's a throw he did not make at the beginning
True.
of the season.
Yeah.
Where he just steps up confidently and lets it fucking fly and just gives his guy a chance.
Deep ball accuracy
Yeah.
has been a problem for him.
Yeah.
And that was a dot.
Oh
Yeah, it was.
Perfect dot.
Yeah.
And all the Packers fans bitching about what's his face getting held on that play by Smythe. What's his face was draped all over DJ Moore on that completion.
Yeah.
So like at worst, it's like don't bitch about that no call and then turn around and just ignore that no call. You know, it's
We also
football.
got to talk about Jahdae Walker too. Number
Yeah.
fucking
Oh.
20, preseason legend. Just
Insane.
hasn't played. Has he had a
I could
dress
believe
all
This
year?
is second-
I asked you, I'm like,
second
who is
catch
ever in his
second
career?
catch
I
in his
asked
career.
you, I'm like, who is number 20?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he had big moments in the preseason.
And he
Yeah.
did that celebration.
Yeah.
in the preseason.
Airwalk.
Yeah. But he had they threw it to him, I think on the first series. You're like, oh fuck, Johnny Walker's in there, and then
He's still on the team.
and then he has the big touchdown to tie late. I was so nervous for that extra point with Cairo too.
Oh, yeah.
to tie it
Yeah.
at 16. It was because
Yeah.
everyone was celebrating. I'm like, well, let's fucking hold on.
Dude, I can't believe he hit a 51-yarder in that win.
I know.
Yeah, no, he was incredible. He really was.
Yeah.
It was it was a team effort. It was like all three phases had to make big plays at some moment.
Yeah.
And I think Packers fans, I mean, I've seen some be like, "Oh, you like Jordan Love getting hurt." Malik Willis was awesome.
He was.
he
Jordan
played
Love
his
could not
balls
have.
off.
He could not have played better than Malik Willis did last night. He had almost a perfect pass.
I don't know
rating.
about that. You don't know what happens in the game. I just know that it wasn't like Malik Willis came into the game and shit the bed.
Yes.
Right, they didn't
That's
fall
where
apart.
It was
like,
16-6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like who's the guy that played for the Vikings a couple weeks ago?
Brosnan.
Yeah, it wasn't like a
Yeah,
Brosnan.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
there's a lot of backup quarterbacks. You come in and it's like you have
No.
no chance.
Yeah.
That's not the case.
No, LaFleur's an incredible coach.
Yeah.
And I knew it. I said it we were streaming. I was like, LaFleur, because I bet on Malik Willis twice last year because I was like, LaFleur is such a good coach. He will get a guy like that ready to go and play to his strengths. And so when he came in and started like dicing us up, I was not shocked at all.
Well,
And
it's
they-
like the read option game.
Yeah.
It's like you didn't prepare for that all week, and all of a
Exactly.
sudden they're running read option. You're like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Dennis
So-
Allen adjusted though.
Yeah,
He
they
did.
They came out better
Yeah.
at half.
And listen, the Austin Booker hit. It was illegal, but it wasn't dirty.
No,
No.
Jordan Love ducked a little. Like, it
Yeah.
sucks. I don't want that to happen.
No,
Of course
not at
No.
all.
Especially a head injury. It's
But he had already committed. Like he had his spot. Like he was already in the motion of making that tackle, and then he ducked.
it
And
was
it's
a
just
football
like
play. It sucks.
I think if he's upright, he gets him in the chest. It's like so. It is what it is. You don't want to necessarily lead with your crown, but that's a football play.
It's a football play. Dirtiness implies intent, and there was no
Yeah.
intent to like be a helmet to
Right.
helmet hit right there.
Brisker throwing a forearm shiver on at his head.
That was stupid.
Completely stupid.
That was dirty.
I thought we were from the beginning of the game, like from the very opening kickoff, you could tell we were a little too hyped up.
Yeah.
Where there was a little bit of like the nervous energy, and you had some of the things that plagued the team early in the season that
Yeah.
have been fixed, the pre-snap penalties, some of the mistakes that are made that's like you can't have that and play winning football. We had just sloppy shit happen. Where it's just a little too and it's still a young team who hasn't won, you know what I mean? This is part of the growth of like winning and being a winning culture. Like this is the biggest game. This is the biggest professional game that pretty much everyone on that team has been a part of. Like I can't think of
DJ Moore hadn't won 10 games since high school.
It was it's his
Or-
first winning season since high school.
that's what it was,
like
yeah.
Kevin Byard's been in, CJ Gardner-Johnson, those guys have been in some big games, but like for the most part that entire Joe Tooney, but for the most part like the majority of that roster has not been in a game of that magnitude.
Yeah, so when I think it was Jackson was crowd surfing on the opening kickoff, like you might have been a little hyped. Yeah.
And
I loved that.
I did too.
Yeah.
So
I
like,
didn't love it. I loved it, and then I saw where they got the ball, and I was like, "Fuck!"
but like it was
so
the first
deep.
play of the game, set a tone. It like there was a lot of penalties last night, a lot that could have been avoided.
10
but that
or
was one
105.
for one.
Yeah. It was sloppy. It was you could just tell it was like a little too hyped up, but that's gonna get fixed.
Yeah.
And I'd rather not play the Packers again.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, how you
No.
guys feel?
No.
No way, because it's a very likely possibility.
Very likely.
Yeah.
I do not like.
If it ended right now, I think we would.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we need the Patriots tonight then.
Yeah. No. Yes. I think I don't have them. I don't know if I have the math right. I think it's the Ravens. I think the Ravens, if they win tonight, they can sit everyone week 17. So yeah.
If I'm playing the Packers again, but maybe not in the first round.
I don't want. I mean, those are the closest games. You're basically saying let's just sign up for a true coin flip.
I know, but
Although that's all the playoff games.
yes,
That's every playoff.
it was so exciting, dude. That was insane.
I don't know. I've been having this conversation with a lot of people. It's like, if you go gun to your head, like, does this team like feel like a Super Bowl team? It's like, no, okay, and that's just being realistic. Like, I could point to a million different things that, like, hey, this is where they could get got. You know, the pass rush. We even saw it in the fourth quarter, but also just ride the wave. Like, who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
Maybe they could.
See,
Maybe they could just keep riding the wave. You never know.
Yeah.
You can sense just the confidence that the entire team has. Like, it's palpable when you watch them play. And I'm at the point where I think that they can win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And if they think it, then
Fuck it.
who am I to say that they can't? You know, this is a team that's playing its best football right now, and it's only going to keep getting better moving forward.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. What I haven't had this much fun watching the Bears. Not 2018. With
Well,
Mitch.
again, I gotta say, last night, like the ending was fun. The game was torture.
It was
I
torture.
was in hell.
So we should talk.
My
about that
heart
a
was
little
like
bit.
pounding. I peed on myself.
I mean,
I puked.
When did you pee on yourself?
I went to pee after the 4th and 1 at the beginning of the game. Like, you know, I kept the whole like next play mentality. I'm not a next play mentality guy. I am a sit and motherfuck that play for like I didn't get over that 4th down decision by Ben Johnson in the first quarter until like maybe halfway through the third quarter.
Can we talk?
So I went to pee and I just was like, God damn it, I can't believe we did that. And then I took
dribble?
my
Yeah.
tried to put it away too fast. It was more than a little. It was like a lot.
Yeah, that happens.
Brandon
to everybody.
Walker
That's
style.
no big deal.
Yeah.
Can we just all agree that if it's first and goal from the 3 or less, that you just run the ball halfback dive through the A gap 4 straight times from now on?
I mean, they're going to do something. They can't do it all 4 times. But, yes, they should have ran the ball.
It would stop with the cute stuff, Ben Johnson. We can't have that in the playoffs.
Well, it's just like it's some teams it doesn't make sense. The Bears, that has been the strength of their team. You'd like them
Just
in that
lean
spot
on
to
your-
be
yeah.
like, let's fucking go.
Like I've said it a million times.
Get on
with-
Tooney's ass and let's go.
and
Yeah, but
ride
you
it.
also got to remember that, like, if you – part of why, running the ball works is because you have
No, for
defenses
sure.
on their heels because you don't know what Ben Johnson's going to do.
I
So you do have
understand
to
that.
show them different things.
Sure, but
It's who he is.
sometimes
That one I didn't like.
Sometimes you just run the ball. And you can walk up and Caleb Williams can be
But
like,
they
hey,
were-
defense, here's the ball. It's coming right here. Try and stop it. Like, I don't care if you do that.
I mean, that's probably going to be a running play, right?
Yeah.
No
yeah,
one's
for
gonna
sure.
throw
It's-
it.
He
But
was
it
trying
was
to
still
snap
like-
it to Monunga.
If Cole Kmet, if it doesn't go through his legs, I don't think anyone's as mad. Am I right or wrong?
Correct.
If
Like if it's a
just like
direct
normal-
snap to
Yeah, and he
my
just
God.
runs it. I don't think anyone has –
yeah,
I'd
or even if it's a bad snap on that.
I'd be like, all right, it worked, but just fucking stop with the cute shit. Which is, who cares? in the end?
There's an element in that situation where you want to eliminate as many variables as possible.
Yes.
So, but that was probably the low moment I think of the whole game.
Yeah.
You know, and
I didn't get over it for a long time.
yeah, but then kind of neither did they. You know, it's just
Yes.
like they were
Yes.
stuck in mud.
Yeah, we were it fucked us up. Caleb looked so good on that first
Yep.
drive. I was like, holy shit, this is the night. Everything's going to
Yeah.
pop off. And then that play kind of just sucked all the life out of the offense for 3 quarters.
for 55 minutes.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
the time of possession again. They got the ball back with the
Dude, it was
2-minute warning.
insane.
What was
like
it? I didn't-
39 to
yeah.
14.
Yeah,
at one point.
38-57 to 26-13.
Yeah.
So the Packers, like, they had a good game plan too.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
no,
they did.
they're
Yeah.
coaching.
Yeah.
It was
Fleurs a good
great
coach.
play.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great game plan. They
Yeah, I mean, the
kept ball-
Packers, like, that's the thing is, like, one of these games, as awesome as it was, I'm not going to also walk away and be like, man, the Bears, like, that's because we're better. And that, like, if Romeo Dobbs is not a pussy, we're just having a totally different conversation right now. And
Sure.
I can accept that fact that you got a somewhat lucky break in this whole thing.
But
It's just they're also, like, Ben Johnson's got this team, like, when they do have a lucky break, they're able to pounce on it and capitalize on it and make the plays afterwards. Because all the plays that come after were Caleb Williams and, like, him being incredible.
But like they did have lucky moments last night. But if you look at both games combined,
Yeah.
that's as even of a
Oh, yeah.
series that Bears and Packers have had, I think, in my life.
Oh, yeah.
Game
So-
1 was a couple of blown coverages, and this game was a fucking onside
Yeah.
kick and over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So it is as close, and like you said earlier, it's like a coin flip kind of matchup.
Total
now,
coin
which-
flip.
Which I will take that.
Give it to
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just would love to play, like, I mean, I know if we get the 2 seed, we're not going to play the Bucks, but, like,
Yeah.
I just want to play someone. I'm sick of playing the Packers because it's just
Oh, I
It's
don't want
stressful.
to. I don't want.
Torture.
I just mean like.
Yeah,
I'll
coin
take a
flip.
coin flip
Yes.
versus them versus what it's been the
Yes.
last 25 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, you're right though. It got to a point where you're just like talking to yourself, like you're doing like the Joe Pesci. You're just like muttering shit to
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
And it was just like
Franken.
you just knew. Yeah, exactly. You just
Yeah.
knew like our front four. These motherfuckers. They can't stop anyone.
Oh,
you know.
I know.
It was excruciating to see
was.
them just to continue to march and march and
It was
march.
4 yards every carry,
And
and they
that's-
would hit him behind the line of scrimmage a lot of times too, and they just wouldn't fucking. They couldn't stop him at the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what scares me about, obviously, the playoffs, which who cares? Who cares?
Well,
We're riding the wave.
Exactly.
Cross that when
Riding
we
the
come
wave.
to it, yeah.
We're riding the
But
wave.
that's the thing. Like, as soon as things start to go south, you start to get those bad thoughts. It's like, I fucking knew it. We knew that this was, and then.
But I'm not going to be a I knew it guy this year, like, because this year I didn't know anything.
We're ahead
I did
of-
not expect any of this.
Well, yeah, because they've overcome it now.
Yeah.
Now that's all suppressed again.
Yeah.
You know, like it's all suppressed until.
I did see like
not.
a compilation TikTok going back to the beginning of the year where they got smoked by the Lions.
I
And
saw this.
Ben Johnson and Caleb were like, "Hey, no, it's just we're 2 games in. Plenty of teams rally. We got a lot to clean up. We're gonna be playing our best football in December." And he's like, "We're gonna go on a little bit of a run here." And I was like, "Oh,
After that week 2 game where they
let's
got
fucking
their
go."
dick stomped
Yeah.
against the Lions, there was a little bit of meltdown going on, and I don't want to say rightfully so because it was only the second week of Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams' project, but
I had a buddy text me last night who we hadn't texted since week 2. And so just seeing like the text back to back, it's like, is this? I was like, is this from 2024? Like, what year was this text from? So
but I'm in the mindset right now, get in the playoffs. If you don't get in the playoffs, obviously that's a massive disappointment,
For sure.
especially after winning last night. And then once we're in the playoffs, I'm kind of okay with whatever because of the fact that this team feels like everything is just beginning, not just ending.
Right.
Like,
see, I'm not. I'm at the point where like I'm expecting victory. It doesn't matter who's across the field from them. There's one team in the NFC where I'd be like, they'll probably piece up the
you're
Bears.
saying it'd be a disappointment if they don't go to the Super Bowl.
I would. I don't want to say that.
That's what I'm trying to set my expectations.
Like there's not there. I think the Rams would piece up the Bears. Stafford and Puka, that's a tall task. However, any other team in the NFC, I'm like, fucking give them to me.
But I think that's just part of what we're saying. Like, just ride the wave. Like,
yeah, like I'm saying that there's you're obviously expectations change throughout the course of a year. So you can't do the thing where it's like, oh, if you told me that they were 11-6 and they missed the playoffs, I'd be like, that's an incredible year. No, the what has happened to get to 11-6, you have to get in the playoffs now. But once they're in the playoffs, it's like almost just like a Buddhist or Zen thing, just letting myself go and being like, whatever happens, happens. Because that point,
I agree with you, and I think you have the right mindset.
Yeah.
How much of you is like, you know how fickle this is too?
oh, of course, the window is you never know. I mean,
look,
Burrow said the window is his career, and he hasn't been back.
Yeah, look at the Commanders last year. Look at the 2018 Bears. Like, we never thought that they would fall off that hard.
We are built, I feel like, a little bit more on a healthier foundation right now, and I think even like Commanders fans would say this in terms of just some of the young talent, some of like the defense, the young defensive talent. But yeah, no, it's true. You don't know what year to year is going to happen.
And it is Ben Johnson too.
Yeah,
like that's the big thing.
Yeah, that would be where I feel more. I feel very strongly that Ben Johnson's going to do the right things more than maybe a Dan Quinn.
Yeah. No, I agree. And the Commanders is a very special circumstance. Like,
but you're right. Like, that's the Commanders last year thought this was like the start of something.
Yeah,
and it could still they had weird injuries this year, so they still could be on a path. But I mean, I do think about like this is going back to Ryan Poles. Like, did you see Matthew Judon just got like
I saw that.
Ryan Poles should get. We've dogged him sometimes, but like he should get a lot of credit that like he has not done the push the chips in the middle move too early, and he didn't do the. I know we would have all been cool with Micah Parsons being traded on this team, but like he's done a really good job of making sure this team keeps its flexibility and isn't just hamstrung like in going forward where it's like, oh, we look up and we just don't have any picks or we don't have the flexibility.
Yeah.
So it's he's put us in a good spot.
And
spot.
This last draft was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Listen, I've been harder on him than anyone, I think, but like at the end of the day, like it was a lot of the frustration was from the offensive line where he just kind of bubble gummed and duct taped it last year, and this year he actually fucking
I think they spent like
made
what,
the right
$75
moves.
million?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And he did it through trades, he did it through free agency.
Yep.
And like who knows? Like,
And the draft.
Maybe Ozzie Trapil is the guy.
I didn't remember hearing his name last night.
Yeah.
So
Not
Oh,
once.
Caleb wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't. It didn't feel like he was under pressure.
6 pressures I saw.
I just wish he got a pass rusher. That's it.
Yeah, but you can't get it all.
you can't get it all in one off season.
Yeah.
So it's like maybe this is the off season where they go address that to have a guy opposite of Sweat.
Well, they
but
addressed it with Dio, but
Yeah.
Well, he fucking sucked. But
Yeah, I know, but it was addressed like that.
Yeah.
That was his way of addressing it.
Yeah.
But we don't listen.
whatever.
We're not
Yeah.
gonna fuck.
Also, another guy that
Miranda,
he picked up,
San Francisco.
speaking of D-line, I thought Grady Jarrett's been really good the last month or so, and he had big moments last night too. So there are a lot of guys contributing. And then there is something to be said about the bottom of the roster too.
Yeah.
Like having a Jade Walker, having all these backup linebackers with Tremaine and
Did you see Coach kind of choking up when he was talking about Jade Walker in this presser?
Well, I don't. You seem to be caught off guard by Jade Walker. He was awesome in the preseason.
No, I know,
You
but
But he's
I
a
forgot he
practice
existed.
squad for a
Totally.
reason.
But even
Yeah.
like I did ESPN with Carm yesterday, and I was like, you know what? Weirdly, I like feel okay with our 2 through 4 coming into this game. It could be way worse. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, all right, we're coming in. It's going to be Zacchaeus, Duvernay, and Jade Walker. Maybe I'm just a fool because I've been like watching wide receivers like Dane Sanzenbacher my whole life, and I'm like, oh, that guy's going to be the guy.
Yeah.
So I was like, I kind of believe in these guys, and they played well. Zacchaeus had obviously a really bad play, but I thought they stepped up.
Sanzenbacher was in that, like, is he Welker?
Yeah,
Yes,
he's a white
exactly.
guy, so
Like, that's why I'm like, maybe we just don't know how to evaluate wide
No.
receivers,
Yeah.
but I kind of like these 2 through 4, even
Yeah.
though they're backups.
Yeah.
Oh, the QB matters too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zacchaeus had
like
that
he
one
gets-
awful drop last
Yeah.
night.
Yeah, horrible
Yeah.
drop for sure. For sure.
Yeah. And like, again, like DJ, where it's like he got cheap shotted early, he was hurting, and he had the play where I think it was a long Caleb run, a run for a first down where he didn't get set because he was absolutely fucking gassed. And you're like, is this what derails this game? And then for him to have the big moment late. And the huge catch to set up the Jade Walker touchdown over the middle.
Yeah.
And it was like, that was a dot too. I feel like that one's not getting talked about enough. That was a huge play.
Yeah, there was a bunch of big plays
Yeah.
that it's impossible to really just pick one. Hey guys, Mr. Pibb is back and it's bolder than ever. Mr. Pibb delivers a bold kick of cherry, an intense sweet cherry flavor with hints of caramel and a lingering spicy finish. It's sweet with a bite, made for those who want more personality in their soda. Mr. Pibb is back with a bold kick of cherry and now with a 35% more caffeine in it as well. Sweet cherry up front, spicy fizz on the follow. Mr. Pibb available now at a store near you. Go grab a 12-pack for Christmas, right?
yeah,
Go grab a 12-pack of Mr. Pibb. You know, it's a
stocking stuffer.
yeah, that'd be good too. Exactly. Have your Christmas dinner with some Mr. Pibb. Available now at a store near you, like I said. Taste a bold kick of cherry and go enjoy your Mr. Pibb. Hey guys, Chevy Drive Chicago is everything you need to shop and buy smart at your local Chevy dealer. Great styles, the latest tech. You'll look good and feel good about what you're driving. Now is the time to get into the Chevy family of EVs, Equinox EV, Blazer EV, and Silverado EV. Take advantage of all incentives today. Don't wait. Go to ChevyDriveChicago.com to find your local dealer and drive one today. I'd imagine you going out to the mall and getting Christmas presents, you've had no trouble, getting from point A to point B. In your
Absolutely not. I had this thing loaded up. I was basically driving around in Santa sleigh.
I was just about to say.
Yeah.
Good trunk space.
Trunk space, back seat, everything loaded up. And I won't lie, sometimes I couldn't see out the back. Doesn't matter when you got those backup cameras, all the gadgets, all the gizmos. The Chevy Blazer has been so clutch this holiday season.
And not too big where you're not going to fit into a parking space because obviously parking's tough this time of the year.
Parallel parking left and right.
Exactly. So head to ChevyDriveChicago.com to find your local dealer today. Looking ahead, Sunday night at San Francisco. They play Monday at Indianapolis.
Another big game.
It just doesn't end.
Another big game.
And there
This
is something about just having primetime games where
Yeah.
they're not shitting down their leg. Primetime, because they flexed the other Packers game. Then they had the Thanksgiving
Eagles game.
the Thanksgiving night game, or the day after, whatever. And then the game last night. And now we got another big one Sunday night against San Francisco. It's like, this is like, other fan bases have been able to experience this. And this is uncharted territory for us.
Big game. Probably the best offense we've seen in a while.
Yeah.
Because Brock Purdy's starting to look like Brock Purdy again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's gonna be the big test.
Yeah, it
Like
is.
Christian McCaffrey's having a good year. We'll see.
Yeah.
Historically, we
defense.
don't play well there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just don't.
Except the Brandon Marshall 3-touchdown game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was
Sunday Night Football.
yeah. There was but that was also the Jason Campbell, Jamarcus
Jason
Webb
Campbell,
game.
Colin Kaepernick's
Yeah.
like coming out party.
Yes, there was that. Then last year with the Thomas Brown game,
Yeah.
when the team officially quit.
Yeah.
It was like
I don't even remember.
I don't
You
even
remember
remember.
that
Oh, it was
one?
late in the year.
Oh, it was
Blocked it
bad.
from your memory. It was
Sunday
horrible.
night?
Yeah, it was a Sunday afternoon. And it was I think it was the first game after Eberflus, or maybe the second one,
game.
and they just absolutely.
Oh shit!
dogged
Yeah,
I do remember that.
Now I
Yeah.
remember.
Horrible.
Like it was, they officially quit. Like they.
Yeah, I
they were
remember
done.
that.
But yeah, there's been a lot of bad in that stadium. But yeah, that was
Well, they've been exercising a lot of demons this year. So now
Yeah.
you win that one, it's like fucking 1 seed. So I don't know, man. This is
Although the Seahawks would still have to.
yeah.
Yeah.
But don't they play each other too? Or the
No.
Rams play the Seahawks?
The 49ers play the Seahawks.
Okay.
It
We'll
was,
see.
man, even going up to it. Were you nervous all day?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I could
Yeah.
not stop
I
pacing.
said it was the worst day
entire
ever.
Yeah.
All day was just
Yeah.
waiting for it.
But
I was
it-
just like, get this game going.
It was a weird. It wasn't like a nervous, like, oh, I think we're gonna lose. It was just a nervous, like, wow, we're in the spot again. Where
I just felt sick all day, like actually sick, like not a sick like I'm throwing up, but just like off, like I was
Uneasy.
I was like I just don't I couldn't figure it out.
I didn't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Really.
yeah.
yeah,
Even when they won, like I saw your tweet. You're like, I think I got up too fast. In that pile, I'm like, oh my god.
oh no, I
I
did.
think this
I
is
stood
it.
up too fast and I got super lightheaded. And I was like, oh fuck.
Dude.
I was screaming so loud. Like when coaches give these post game pump up speeches and shit. I don't know how they do it because I screamed for 10 seconds and instantly had to go outside and puke on the side of the bed.
Yeah,
Instantly.
the classic scream puke. Everyone's
My head was splitting.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Splitting.
Yeah.
And
It
then
was-
I
it
was
was
like,
so
I have to
shocking.
puke right now.
the whole thing was just so shocking. I just kept on saying, I'm shocked. I'm in shock. I'm in shock. Like I got home, just like I said, just was kind of just in shock.
Where-
Woke up this morning, still kind of in shock.
Where is Smacky Tables right now?
He didn't really care. He did.
He's a
He
fucking
just wants to
asshole.
like laugh at us. So when
That's
he
all
just,
he wants. His caption on that Barstool gambling tweet was
Yeah.
unbelievable. Did you see that?
I
No.
didn't see
It
it.
was just like
Bears
Summer
fans.
saying this is the biggest moment in Bears history or
Oh.
something like that.
I don't care.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
that's
just
actually
funny.
like the nice thing is like this team is so much fun that I don't even like hear, like I don't think I said a word to him after the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I was just having fun, and Mikey Betts and White Boy Rick and I were talking. Like I didn't care that he existed.
Nope.
I don't even think about him right now.
So the scenario is they hit the field goal, they get the onside kick, we get a stop, the big play by T.J. Edwards, and then obviously the fourth down when they fumbled, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to replay it because
Yeah.
I'm
It
like,
was the
the Jade
field goal
Walker
that
before
took too long that burned the 2-minute timeout. So
Yeah.
you only had 2 timeouts, had to do the onside kick, get the onside kick, go down, fourth down.
Yeah.
Jade Walker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jade Walker. That's a fourth down. Like that's the game.
And I think the DJ Moore was like it was a 20+ yard like dig, over the middle.
Yeah.
So to get inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah.
And then it was 4th and 4. So yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing
Incredible.
was crazy. All right, I got to go get ready. You guys
Yep.
keep going.
All right.
So
Yeah,
I was
good.
nuts. So we're streaming on Sunday night for
Bears 49ers.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. If anyone's here.
Yep.
Man, oh man, dude. I just that whole circle of events was insane. I think I blacked out.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to like replay it again now, but it was awesome.
So when we did the vibes shift at like I don't know halfway through the third quarter or whatever it was, Nick Addison, our sales guy, he's like, we need to change something up right now. We're going across the street to a different bar, and I go, absolutely, I'll join you. So I walk over there, and I can't. When there was 2 minutes left to go in the game, a Packers fan walked up to us and he goes, "This game is over," and walked away. And I'm like, "This game is not over just because you said that." And then Nick Addison looked at me and he goes, "They're about to do something really weird right now." And I looked, and when you can just tell someone's onto something.
Yeah.
You like they have some weird like aura or exuding some.
Nick Addison is always saying
Yeah, he
positive
always-
things. Yeah.
But
That was a blind squirrel nut situation for sure.
while true, dude, I swear to God I felt it. I felt it that time.
he says it I believe him every time he says something.
But
He's
I
always
don't.
wrong.
I don't
Okay.
because he always does say it. But
Yeah.
this time, based on this Packers fan who came up to our table to talk shit, say it's over, and he had just like this weird calm about him. I was like, this game is not over.
Yeah.
They might pull
The
this
crazy thing too, and I think like it sounds like almost all Bears fans I've talked about did this. Like everyone just stayed up and just was watching highlights.
I was up until 1:30 in my bed, just scrolling.
Dude, I went back and I watched my post-game videos from week 1 and week 2.
Oh,
To be
really?
Like, how did we get
The juxtaposition.
Yeah, just like, oh my God. Like, it was so dark. Like, that's the thing. People were saying it was over after those 2 weeks. I think we forget how bad those 2 weeks
They were because it was the collapse against Minnesota.
They blew a game
J.J.
against
McCarthy,
a quarterback who
who's
just
dog
started
shit.
Yeah,
horrible
at home.
for 3 quarters at home. Yes.
Yeah, and then
They got
52 points against the Lions. You're like,
Lost by 30.
oh fuck. Yeah.
So it was fucking a disaster. But
Yeah.
After the game, I was just going through so many different plays of the entire season. You know, like if Jaden Daniels doesn't fumble that snap,
Yeah.
you know, it's different. If we don't block that field goal, you know, just so many plays we've made this season that are just this play doesn't go that way. It's all different.
The Giants game was dead. You know, like they had
if we don't take out Jackson Dart and make him fumble, that game's over.
The
a
Bengals
blocked field
game.
goal in the Raiders game. Like, that's
Colston Loveland and Bengals house calling.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
it's just, yeah.
There's been 2 kind of chill games
Yeah.
like the whole
It was
year.
the Browns.
Eagles
The
was
Cowboys
pretty chill.
and the Saints.
Eagles and Browns and Cowboys. Yeah.
Eagles.
Saints game was chill.
Yeah, it was pretty chill.
Saints
but-
was pretty chill. The Eagles were pretty chill, too.
Yeah, so I was thinking Eagles and Browns when I said that, but yeah,
Cowboys, too.
Cowboys
was
yeah.
largely.
I mean, and like,
out.
I just like, it feels like we just lived through like 100 years of life and, you know,
Oh, I'm
15 games.
Yeah.
And we still are not in the playoffs. It's not right.
fucking
No,
It's
it's
not right.
what
You're 11-4.
No, it's not right.
It's 94% chance they make it, right? Or something like that. At
No.
this point.
I don't,
think it's that
let's
high. Regardless, the odds are in our favor.
But just win.
I believe
out,
it's
go-
84%.
84.
It would have been 14, or I think it's 77. It would have been 14.
No, it's got to
lost
be more than
yesterday.
77% chance at this point.
No, I think Lance is onto something because it's they need help. Like the Lions and the Pack.
They don't need help. They can.
Well, if they win out,
yeah.
yeah. But as things stand right now, it would be Bears against Packers, 2 versus 7.
Yeah, because listen, if we lose our last 2 and Green Bay and Detroit win out, Green Bay is going to be 11-5-1. Detroit's going to be 11-6,
Yeah,
and they have the tiebreaker. So that's a disaster scenario.
right.
We need one of them to lose again, or we just need to fucking win out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Or win
fuck the
more.
other teams, just win.
Yeah, exactly.
And if we've learned anything about, like I said it last week before the Browns game, like that game made me so nervous, and for them to walk in and just beat the shit out of them for 4 straight quarters, I was like, okay, this checks just yet another box off where the coaching staff has instilled a culture where there really isn't a trap game right now, you know?
yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah, Dave, you are right. As of right now, per the Athletic Playoff Picture Simulator, the Bears have a 97% chance.
okay, I thought I saw 94, but
If they
whatever.
lose, yeah, I mean, if they lose the last 2 games, it still says 91. So it's other things.
Yeah, you got to. We'll see what happens today.
Yeah.
I was looking
Detroit,
at clinch the NFC North.
NFC North. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
We'll see what
okay.
happens today.
Yeah, if they win next week, then they effectively clinch the North.
But like this next game could be a letdown game because of all the emotions and that's an adrenaline dump last night, you know.
It's crazy, man.
But
Malik
Ben
Willis
Johnson
was just
fucking get him going this week again and go out to Santa Ana or wherever the fuck the Niners
Santa
play,
Clara,
Santa
yeah.
Clara, and go and beat them, and then go and beat the Lions in Detroit and.
It just
grab
can't be
one
said like how dark it was getting at one point.
It really
Like,
was.
Malik Willis was just fucking slicing and dicing.
Yeah.
It was like this is.
Well, there were
we're
a
gonna
couple
lose again.
times where it's like I thought they had him for a sack, and then he scrambled out.
He
first
looked like
down.
Caleb.
Yeah.
Dude, he played awesome last night.
Yeah.
He played fantastic last night. If I was just an alien that was dropped in from outer space and watched that game, I'd assume that Malik Willis was a very good starting quarterback in the NFL. He looked awesome. And it's not like he just was hitting wide open guys. Like he was going through reads, avoiding sacks, getting first downs. Obviously, he had the big fumble. I'm not positive that was completely on him. I don't know if it was bad snap or not, but he played his ass off. And I said earlier, I don't think that Jordan Love would have played better. Maybe as good. I don't think
know.
So it's
better.
a different
Yeah,
dynamic.
it's
Yeah,
impossible
of
to do
course,
that.
of course.
And
But like,
Jordan Love like could hit big throws that Malik Willis can't. Like that's just a
Yeah.
fact. Like sure he was doing well moving
Malik
the ball.
Willis hit a couple big throws last
Not
night.
it's not.
Yeah, but it's not
I'm largely playing devil's advocate right now. I don't even believe personally everything I'm saying right now. But if you look at if
Said you did.
Jordan, I'm talking in hypotheticals right now. If you on that, I think it was the first drive of the game, Jordan Love missed a fucking touchdown pass that was wide open. You know,
Yeah.
maybe Malik Willis hits that if you want to play revisionist history. Because he was a more accurate passer last night than Jordan Love. He played better than Jordan Love before Jordan Love got hurt. Obviously, you know, different. You got to adjust on defense to someone who's a read option guy, more of a scrambler than Jordan Love. But Malik Willis, like, he played his ass off. You know.
This episode is brought to you by Body Armor Flash IV. Flash IV delivers faster, longer-lasting hydration with over 2,000 milligrams of electrolytes and no artificial dyes, flavors, or sweeteners like those other drinks. So whether you're training, traveling, or feeling the heat, work hard. I love this tropical punch flavor.
Yep.
Like, I thought I would be a strawberry kiwi. That's what that one is. And I like those too, but I'm a tropical punch man through and through.
Yeah, I am too, Ed. I will say the first thing I did this morning, besides looking at my phone to watch Caleb Williams highlights from last night, or 2 nights ago rather, was pop a Flash IV, and I feel nice and rehydrated.
Yeah, you got to stay hydrated this time of year. A lot of people are sick. You need to get your fluids in, and Flash IV really helps with that.
Oh, it's the best. And I was starting to feel a little bit, cold and fluey. Got right ahead of that. Got those electrolytes in there. Started feeling great. Hydration is so key. Also, I feel like it just helps with like chapped lips and stuff too.
Absolutely.
I have nothing to back that up, but it does make me feel better.
Hydrate Hard with Body Armor Flash IV, and grab yours today at your local 7-Eleven convenience store. Also, guys, now's the time for those unexpected holiday side quests and enjoying a great tasting light beer. 'Tis Miller time. Simple ingredients like malted barley for rich, balanced toffee note flavors and an iconic golden color. 96 calories, just 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. Miller time is always a good time. The original light beer since 1975 and still iconic 50 years later. Listen, make sure you have your Miller Lite to go for Christmas before.
Got to.
You have
Slap
to.
a little bow on that.
Yeah,
Put it in someone's stocking.
It's a nice gift.
I do that for my brother.
You do?
Yeah.
That's good. They got great merch too.
They really do.
Because I give Miller Lite to a lot of family and friends for Christmas too. I don't even wrap it up though. I'm just like, here you go.
Just slap a little bow on it.
Okay.
Be a little festive, yeah.
The best holiday beers are the ones you don't expect. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/stretch to find delivery options near you. Or you could pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere that they sell beer. 'Tis Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. Tell me about this Japanese guy the White Sox just signed.
So over the last handful of days, there had been a couple of weird rumors that had been trickling out about the White Sox being in on the Munetaki Murikama, I believe is how you pronounce his name, sweepstakes. And I didn't believe it because Jerry Reinsdorf, blah, blah, blah. We've gone down that route 100 times. But if you look at this guy's like preseason projections for what he was supposed to sign for, people were saying that he was going to sign for like 6 to 8 for like $150 to $200 million. He just signed a 2-year, $34 million with the White Sox. So this dude, by all accounts, and I obviously have not seen him play outside of highlights, but he has what they say is double plus power, double plus patience, strikes out a shit ton, and doesn't have a position. But from if he goes and hits 230, gets on base at a 330 clip and hits 35 bombs and is kind of Schwarber light, give it to me. That's all of a sudden a pretty good lineup right now, Ed. Not a great one, but it's pretty good if this guy taps into what his potential is. So super exciting 12 hours for Sox fans that are also Bears fans. I was told last night, so I have a buddy who was at the bar with us last night. I don't know if you talked to him at all, Ed, but he is, I'll just say, in the know with ownership. And from what he told me, Ishbia was like, we need to get this thing going right now. And that Ishbia was the one that made the call on going after this Japanese dude's market cratered. Go and get him. Go and get him. I love to hear that. I don't know if it's 1,000% true. This is what I was told last night. And they made it happen. So credit to the White Sox.
Is there concern, though, that it's going to be 2 years and that's it? Because if he does perform at a high level,
trade him, sure, which is fucking like I'd be like, all right, now extend him, but I don't know if they're just going to dangle that as a trade chip because they did get him after his market cratered. But at the very worst, you got two guys in the lineup that got like absolutely mammo-jammo power from the left side, and Colson Montgomery and this guy. So
when is what's Rock's timeline? Assuming they take him.
He's still got his junior year at UCLA, so
he's for sure going to play this year. But then
he has to play this.
Yeah, but then
But he'll be the number one, like unquestionable.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's trending that way.
Right now, but who knows? Maybe goes and hits 200 next year. Gets.
But then couldn't he
tears
hypothetically
his Achilles or something? I don't know.
But
yes, as it stands right now, he is going to be the number one pick. Yes.
And hypothetically, like, is he a guy that's at that level that could be a September call up, or is that one of those things?
Next year,
yeah, it's not even close.
I'm
asking.
That's,
I don't know. But I know like that's
aggressive.
But like from what I hear about this guy, best in 20 years, I think like aggressive is
sure
possible.
I think that there's like less than 5% chance that happens.
So
2027. He's got to play the 2026 season at UCLA. Gets drafted. He'll probably go to low A or whatever. I would say probably the absolute earliest that he sees any time in Chicago would be like June of 2027. Probably more realistically 2028. Maybe opening day 2028.
Mm-hmm. Is that a service time thing, June of 27, or did they change that or not?
Yeah, no. I mean, it could be changed by then because the CBA's
right
after
but
this season.
It's like if you're trying to be optimistic about them, and they have this big Japanese guy.
Mm-hmm. I've heard he's sneaky athletic too, and if you guys have you seen pictures of him?
Yeah, but it's like if you have Teal, Rock, Colson Montgomery.
Billy Carlson was last year's first round pick, who's also a shortstop.
So you're going to move some of these guys around. Like you might have your infield kind of.
It's kind of set, yeah. But that's the one thing. Like they did this in the past with Mikata and that whole core. I'm using air quotes because it was far from an actual core. It was a core of losers, is what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like they pencil in guys a couple. Like there's nothing wrong with having multiple good guys at one position.
I agree. Yeah.
But that's not how the White Sox have operated.
No, I know, but like those guys who fucking shift them around the infield, who cares?
Yeah.
You hope Getz is smarter than that because he was around to see the failure of that too.
I hope so too. And like I obviously shit on the White Sox a lot, and with good reason, and I think it probably comes off that I dislike Getz. And people will say it's because I was like a Han guy, and that's not necessarily it. I hate how Chris Getz was promoted to the position, but even though I hate that, that doesn't mean that he's bad at the job.
Yeah, that's fair.
So he's done great. And with the resources that have been allocated to him, obviously he's not allowed to spend on the big league roster aside from this one ancillary signing. But building a new Dominican academy sunk a lot of, and Ishbia had his hands all over that. And obviously, I went to the Dominican a couple years ago. When baseball is the culture.
Yeah.
Like you go to Chicago, it's food and whatever. Like baseball is the culture, it's the religion. If you don't have a foothold on that island, you don't belong playing Major League Baseball or like being a major league organization because the dearth of talent that comes from that island of I think it's 30 million people total,
something like that.
It's insane, and they didn't even have a pipeline to it. Really. So they're doing it the right way. They're trying to build a strong foundation. They got really nice middle infield prospects all the way up through Colson Montgomery, who's no longer a prospect right now. But things are starting to trend back upwards. You just got to ride out these next 2 years are going to suck ass for baseball as a whole because of CBA. It's going to be very, very ugly. And we know that the ownership isn't going to push chips to the middle this year in spite of having this really young, really fun young core that is a core of baseball rats. We've met a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And you guys know how it is. So I'm excited.
I think it's fair to be like cautiously it feels like they're turning a ship a little bit.
They are.
And then when Ishbia takes over, it's
that's what they told me last night. He's like, Ishbia they're not going to sink a gazillion dollars
Sure.
at any given free agent right now because of what's on the horizon with the CBA. And I hate that, but I also understand it. But he's like, if we can get this guy, go get him.
Yeah.
You know? So I love it. I'm excited. I'm happy as a fan right now. It's been 100 years, like the old Titanic lady gif.
Yeah.
Awesome 12 years for half of Chicago fans and Bears fans.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been an ascension for the Bears. It sounds like the Blackhawks are about to decline even more.
Oh, we're fucked.
How
Yeah.
long's Bedard out for?
Well, Nazar's out now too.
Nazar caught one in the face. He's out 4 weeks.
Jaw.
Yeah. Bedard is out until if he was going to be out until mid-January because they said they're going to reevaluate in January. Let's just say he's back mid-January. He would have missed 16 games. It's just like it's a superstar league. That was their guy. You know, they're still playing the right way, but they just don't have like the horses to get, you know, to have tight
Jimmy
games
Joe's.
go their way. So it sucks, but I have seen enough in the beginning of this year to be like, we're on to something. Okay. So you get Renzel figured out, you get Levshinov figured out, you know what Bedard is now, I believe. You feel pretty good about what Nazar can be. Frondell is going to be in this World Junior, so we'll get a good look at him for Sweden. And then, you know, having another lottery pick is not the worst thing in the world. Now, so the Hawks the playoff dream is 99% dead in my head. I can't envision a scenario where you have like a month and a half where you are going to be getting your dick stomped where you can rally in the back half and win. So if you're able to have your own, let's call it a top 7 pick, we got to start rooting against the Florida Panthers too, because the Hawks still own their first round pick, and you know they've had a ton of injuries. They've ascended into a playoff spot, but that division and that Eastern Conference is so tight that if they miss the playoffs and you have 2 unprotected lottery picks, like that's not the worst thing in the world either. So it would have been. It's like this is a better scenario than if they just got to a top 5 pick through their own accord because the team looked like shit again. So it's like, all right, we got a little like there's something to be excited about here. Just we didn't have any breaks. Now we get the picks that we always thought we were going to get. In my head, they're still a year ahead of schedule, but they get the added bonus of having the high picks, and I think that's not a bad thing.
No, and I mean the Panthers have played so many fucking games over the last couple of years.
And then
so naturally,
Their legs got to be
how
going.
sports works is they're due for some type of
and like Matthew Tkachuk's been out, you know, and so they've had like their best players have been out. So if those guys come back, like they're going to make a run. But as things stand right now, you know, they're in 6th place in the Atlantic. They're not in a wild card spot as of this recording. So I guess they dropped a couple of points. They are. Yeah. Oh, the dates are way wrong on this NHL. Sorry. Hold on. Let's see where they've ascended to. Yeah, even still. So they're a point out of the playoffs right now. So like they could very well find themselves in like they're winners. But if they do, you know, who knows if Matthew Tkachuk gets injured again in the Olympics and Barkov doesn't, you know, like if they miss the playoffs and they're in the lottery, like you're going to have 2 top 15 picks. They had 3 picks in the second round. Maybe you see what's available in the summer. We just saw a huge Quinn Hughes trade. The Hawks have a ton of prospects because they've had all these high picks the last 3-4 years. They have more picks this year. You could bundle something together. Who knows? Maybe you go out and get like another bona fide star because now I think the Hawks will be attractive because it's still Chicago and Bedard has established himself as a genuine top 5 player. So now it's not like, I'm not doing a rebuild. Now it's like, hey, like that's not a bad place to be, and the Hawks have the ammo to go do it. So it's almost.
I think that's not if, it's when. Like, I think you got to think Davidson's like itching.
Because he hasn't had that chance yet, really.
Yeah, and guys like that just don't really become available. Like the Quinn Hughes thing was kind of a unique situation, and like I think the Wild might win the cup now. They need like one more piece, but like maybe you look at like. You know, Ottawa made the playoffs last year with Brady. They suck again now. Does Brady Tkachuk be like, hey, like, you know, I don't want to be in this fucking place for the rest of my contract, certainly not the rest of my career. And maybe Ottawa's like, hey, like this group, our rebuild just didn't quite work. I would give the fucking moon for Brady Tkachuk. Imagine him with Bedard.
Realistically, who's off the table for a Brady Tkachuk trade?
In terms of like
who would you not?
Who would I not trade? I mean, I'm not trading Connor.
Yes. Is there anyone else?
No.
Spencer Knight, maybe.
Yeah. Those are the two.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Like, I still think Renzel got sent down. I still think the world of him going forward. Levshinov's been really good. I don't want to give those guys up, but could you just be like, hey, we're going to give you 2 top 15 picks from this year's draft. Assuming it's not McKenna, right? You're not getting the number 1 or number 2 pick. And then we're going to give you Korchinski, and we're going to give, because and this is like, if you're in the weeds on it, they have one of the leading scorers in the WHL. They have the leading goal scorer, or one of the leading goal scorers in the OHL. The kid Nick Lardis, who scored 77 goals in the OHL last year, has been lighting it up in Rockford. They just called him up when Bedard got hurt. He had his first goal the other night, and it was pretty sick. They got that kid, the kid leading the KHL, Kanserov, coming over. So, like, Frondel, like, they have a ton of, like, it's like, we're not going to give you 7 guys, but, we'll give you a couple picks and maybe 2 or 3 guys, and then you go get Brady, and it's like, oh, fuck. Now it's like, because, like, you need, like, as much as I'm encouraged by Nazar and Bedard, like, the playoffs are a different animal, and you got to have some big nasty boys, and there's nobody bigger and nastier than Brady.
That's it.
Yeah,
he's the guy.
He is the guy. That's like
that
is
my
dream.
Yeah.
Is it? I mean, it is pretty legitimate though, right? Like, that's not pie in the sky. Like, it is.
I don't think Brady will finish his career there.
Yeah, that doesn't feel that way.
Yeah,
it feels like he is destined to play for another team.
I agree. They do have like a very aggressive owner, but at some point you're just sort of limited because there is a hard cap, and if you have a core that's just not getting it done, at some point it's just not going to work. So, and it's like you just have to start over with what's the one thing you have to trade? Well, it's Brady, and if Brady wants out, like the NHL has always been more about the teams than like the NBA is. Mm-hmm. It's kind of shifting where the players are having a little bit more control and more of a voice to like, hey, I got to get the fuck out of here. And Brady, they have Stützle, who's really good, German kid. But outside of that, like, they have some like really solid players. But like, I don't know. Brady's got 2 years left on his deal after this year at $8 million. He's 26 years old right now. If it's like Quinn Hughes' situation where he's like, hey, I'm not re-signing. So Brady's value is never going to be higher than it is next summer. So it's like, it's not inconceivable that they could be like, all right, we're going to get 7 fucking kicks of the can with different players to try to build a team around some of these other guys and go for it that way. But so, yeah, it's not, I wouldn't say it's likely, but I don't think it's impossible either.
Yeah. I mean, it'll probably happen for someone. It's just, will the Blackhawks be in the sweepstakes? They better be.
I think now that things have shifted with Bedard, they are, and they still have all these assets and young players, they're officially like it. Like they went for Jake Gensel a couple summers ago. He ended up signing with Tampa. They weren't realistically in the running even for Quinn Hughes, because it's like he wants to win, whatever. Now they like the conversation has shifted where it's like the United Center, people remember what it was like when the team was awesome, what the United Center's like. They know Chicago's a world-class city. The players are,
original six team. And it's like, can I win there? And I think that conversation, now it was for the last 5 years, it's been like, fuck, no, you can't win there. Now it's like, yeah, actually, if you have a top 5 player and I go there too, and you have see what other guys pop up, I think it's possible that they could be in the running for a guy like that. So they certainly have the assets to do it. Mm-hmm. You need Frondel to be a stud. And then you really need like one of these, because then like all your bigger body guys to fill out your roster, like your power forward types, like those guys are coming. Like they're still a year or 2 or maybe 3 years away in some cases, but they have like very, very attractive prospects. And they don't need those attractive prospects to be stars because they already got their star. Yeah. All right then. We could wrap this up. We'll be
fucking
back.
Bear down, baby.
Bear fucking down.
We'll be back Sunday night. We'll record right after the 49ers Bears game. So Until then, go Bears.
This will be out this afternoon. We're rooting for Aaron Rodgers today. This might be the first time we're ever actually rooting for Aaron Rodgers.
I actually am glad you brought that up. I don't care about Aaron Rodgers. He's in the AFC.
We want the Steelers to beat the Lions is the point.
No, I know.
The Bears clinch a playoff spot.
I know, but like I see a lot of Bears fans that are like, "Oh, it's going to be so dirty rooting for." I couldn't care less that it's Aaron Rodgers that needs to win. I want Aaron Rodgers to dominate tonight.
Yeah, me too. But I've never wanted Aaron Rodgers to dominate ever.
But like Bears fans are
experience.
talking about like how dirty it is. It's like, no, it's not dirty. He plays for the fucking Pittsburgh Steelers in the other league.
But
I
like
hate
any
that
other opponent, you'd be like, fuck him. It's just like we need him one time to come through for us.
I also have a future on his over for season total yards, so I do need that too.
All right, that's it, everyone. We will see you guys Sunday night. Go Bears.